What's going on YouTube? Here we're going to take a look at a play out of the Singleback tight doubles formation. This play can only be found in the Baltimore Ravens playbook, and the play is called drag in. Now, I love this play near the end zone, and I also love it because of how it works with the stretch play that I love. I came up with the setup based on the fact that I love to run the stretch the way that I do. So check out the description for a link to the video on how I'm going to be running the stretch. Now, to set this play up, it's really easy. We're going to put circle on an in route as soon as we break the huddle. Then we want to tap our hip to make it look like we're flipping the run. Then we're going to motion circle over to the left, like you see here. And when we do, our second hot route is going to be X on a streak. Now, when it comes to the reads, I talk a lot about reads and making sure that you're setting yourself up for success. You know, not everyone's got the best reads in the world, right? If we did, everyone would be fighting for the Madden championship. So for me, what I like to do by setting myself up for success, because my reads have gone downhill over the years, is I like to decide what route combination is going to be my first read. So here I'm either going to choose X, then triangle, and then square, or I'm going to choose circle, then triangle, and then square. Because for me, going from X to circle and then being able to hit triangle as well, that's too much, I feel like. I feel like circle and triangle advance in their routes so fast that I have to read it that way. And that's just how I go about setting myself up for success. So if I'm you, I would do the same thing if you struggle with reads, because otherwise then you end up getting all crazy and hitting the wrong button, right? Panicking, hitting the wrong button. So feel confident in what it is that you're going to do, and you've got no problems. Don't try to stretch yourself too thin and try to make all the reads when you know you can't, okay? So high point pass to X. It's going to depend on what I see pre-snap, right? So here it looks like it's probably man coverage. So if it's man coverage, I'm not going to high point pass to X. But the out route, which was an in route until we motioned it, is going to kill man. So circle is going to be my first read. Triangle is going to be my second read. And then square is going to be my third read. Now, when it comes to personnel, even though I've got Baldwin here in the slot, you want your best, tallest spec catching guy at square. Then you want, doesn't really matter, just a good tall tight end at X, your fastest guy at triangle, and then your worst guy, whoever that may be, at circle. So let's take a look at how the play runs. So here I'm going to read circle first, and then I went to the drag, I guess. Circle was very good read, but like I said, we want our fastest guy at triangle. So if it is man coverage, he can pick up a ton of yards. And here I've got Wilson at tight end and Jimmy Graham, my best spec catching guy, at square, because near the end zone, a high point pass to this route when he cuts is absolutely fantastic. Now again, circle is going to be wide open, but we've got our fastest guy in the drag. So the drag is going to be running at such a high speed across the field. That's going to be a great route that we can hit as well. Sometimes it can depend on what hash mark you're on. So, for example, let's just pretend that we're on the 40-yard line instead of the 7, and we're on the left hash mark. Well, I might not want to read circle first because we're so close to the sideline. Maybe I feel like it's man coverage and I want to pick up more yards. Well, the better option there, if I know that it's going to be man, is going to be triangle, because we've got more room to run. So that's how that works. And again, we've got Jimmy Graham here, and we're on the 7-yard line, and chances are it's going to be a high point pass. He covers it, and because of the animations, it's just really hard for him to be able to make a play. Then he sends like a man blitz, and of course the drag to our fastest guy wide open. So I really love this play. The tight end by default is on a corner route. You can leave that if you want to. I much prefer putting him on a streak, because the high point pass I don't like it on corner routes. And as you saw right there, if you want to go back and take a look, he was on a corner route and it was man coverage and he didn't even beat the guy. So it's not necessarily the best route that you can run. Like I said, this is going to go with the halfback stretch that we're going to show. Check the description for that video. I love the halfback stretch. I've also shown a play called Ace Power out of this formation, but that can actually only be found in one playbook. And as you can see there, that nice glitchy speed in can get wide open as he cuts across the field against zone coverages. But the Ace Power, I'll put the link in the description, but I would suggest that that's only for CFM guys that use a custom playbook. And again, another great animation.